know this story in and out, but if you don't, here's the gist. A shy and withdrawn girl named Carrie, Chloe Grace Moretz, is the subject of abuse from her peers at school. At home, she is also abused by her overly religious mother, Julianne Moore. However, Carrie has telekinetic powers and starts to use them more and more until a prank sets her over the edge. This movie got a lot of hate when it first came out, and unfortunately became forgotten as the years went by, mainly due to the high praise of the Brian De Palma version in 1976. Main reason I didn't do that version because James Rolfe already reviewed it. However, I also wanted to bring light to a pretty great King adaptation. I haven't seen the De Palma version just yet, but I think that will help with this review. I went into this film with nothing except just vague knowledge of the original story and ending, which the original spoiled on the fucking poster. However, I do know that De Palma's version is more of a straight up horror film rather than the bullying social commentary the book was, and what this attempted to be. But due to producers wanting this to be more like the De Palma version with more horror scenes, scarier scenes were added. Despite that, I think this captures a bit more of the tone of the book. Not as much as fans wanted it to be, and what was intended by director Kimberly Pierce, but still more in tune with the book. The cast did a very good job, especially Chloe Grace Moretz, who was excellent as Carrie. However, so many people hated Moretz purely on the ground that she was quote unquote too pretty for the role, which is pretty fucking mean to Sissy Spacek, who was considerably attractive at the time as well. I understand where they're coming from since the book version was supposed to be acne ridden and chubby, but still kinda mean in my eyes. The supporting cast is also great, especially Portia Doubleday as Chris, who is unbelievably cruel to Carrie, mainly due to it being a modern adaptation where the incident at the beginning of the movie was filmed and put on the internet. Gabriella Wilde, Ansel Elgort, and Judy Greer were all very good as well. The story is good and pretty classic at this point. It's interesting and well done, but at the same time, extremely sad. It's depressing to see Carrie go through all this, especially in a world where everyone knows what happened to her in painstaking detail. It even shows Carrie being really ridiculed, even by her teachers, which is honestly pretty terrible. However, it isn't perfect, mainly due to the reshoots trying to make the film scarier than the original, despite that not being the intention, as well as up to 45 minutes being cut from Pierce's original vision. Jesus fucking Christ, was this produced by Warner Brothers? All in all, it's still a great film in my eyes, despite being in the shadow of the original version. I urge you to check it out and make your own conclusions, or if you saw it and didn't like it, see it again with a bit more of an open mind. Maybe you'll like what you'll find.